Hey Zips fans, down on the field with the head coach of the Akron women's soccer team, Noreen Hurley, after another day of practice. Coach, getting ready for another week of the season here. You got two big games coming up this weekend. What's your outlook going into those two contests? First against obviously Youngstown on the road, and then Xavier on Sunday back here at home.
Well, the outlook of the players and the staff is a very positive one. You know, they've worked hard this week. We're trying to manage the squad. We have a couple of kids back now from injury, which is nice. And so, yeah, we're ready to rumble here tomorrow night.
You're trying some things out here in the non-conference portion of the schedule. I saw obviously on last Thursday's game, you start with somebody like Sydney on the bench, brought her in for some fresh legs in the second half. Is that just sort of a luxury of the non-conference schedule? You can sort of try some different lineup quirks and try some things out?
Yeah, we really have about 5 or 6 players that are like new players that can easily break into the first 11. So we're kind of seeing still, it's early days, as we said. And the players know, especially when we play such demanding every weekend, 2 games, we've got to use the rotation of the squad, and players understand that. It's articulated to them. Plus, we're still looking at some things, and we said, we have honestly said to the players that, in the next 2 weeks now, we need to, make sure that we kind of fine-tune a few things, and players, there's still some positions up for grabs, and the players know that. So it's good that we have that luxury coming off the bench, that we have players that can positively affect the game, and that's what you want, right? But that could change next week. It could be a different lineup. But again, we're just taking game by game, looking at their performance habits in training, and then seeing what we have respective to every game that we play in, and that's the way we're doing it right now.
You talked about just the grind of playing 2 games a week as you get through the season. How important and what do you guys sort of practice to sort of keep healing over each week, and having to play 2 games and then heal up so that you can get yourself ready for the next week of games?
Well, we don't have a very big squad this year, and so we've been very mindful of that. And Monday was our day off, and then Tuesday we actually didn't have the back 4 train at all. We actually gave them absolutely recovery. Those kids that played a lot of played 90 minutes every game for the last few games. So that's where we just literally pull them out of the training. Tuesday's normally our work day, but you have to be smart as a staff, and the key is to keep this team healthy throughout the season. If we choose to pull players out and rest them up, then we do that, and then we work with kids that maybe didn't get as many minutes to so make sure that we have a baseline for everybody, that we're kind of maintaining good levels of fitness and well-being, and especially for the safety, because we certainly don't want to be picking up niggling injuries this early in the season, because we're overusing players. That's not in our agenda at all. So we're rotating the squad, we're doing it the best we can relative to the positions of those players that are available, and so it's good, it's working, and the players respect that, and they're buying into it, which is important.
And then obviously you talked about just the importance of sort of learning about your team over the first few weeks of the season before you get into conference play. What else are you hoping to learn about your team, other than maybe figuring out who's going to be your starting 11 each game, or who sort of fits into certain roles? What else are you hoping to see from them in these next few weeks?
Well, I think it's a mindset, right? I think the good thing about this group this year is that they have very high energy. They're a lot more competitive with each other. They have a lot more expectations of each other, even in training, which is a good thing. And so, we want to see that competitiveness. The energy is great. They're working hard. That's all a step in the right direction. If they have that basic foundation of wanting to really compete and push each other and challenge each other and expect things of each other, then that's great, right? So then the next thing for us is now the mentality in the game. If we go up in a game now, can we put that game away, right? Which we've done. And then there's times where we've gone up in a game like the other day and we failed to put that game away. So they know that, and we understand that. And then, the next thing is like, when we come from behind, we've shown we've come from behind and can get in games. So we've seen like a plethora of those kind of scenarios. And the more we experience those, we want to now make sure that we're not conceding silly goals, and that when we win, can we put that team away and be a little bit more ruthless? And that's kind of a lot of the talk we've been talking about the last week in training. It's just like finishing teams off when we have the opportunity. And that comes with experience too, to be honest. But it comes with experience, and it comes with players kind of getting into a rhythm of understanding how to play with each other as well. And that's still that's still a kind of a work in progress right now.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you can put away Youngstown on Friday and obviously come back home on Sunday to play Xavier and do the same. You can come watch the Lady Zips over on Sunday at First Energy Stadium. 1 o'clock start again, and free admission to all Akron women's soccer home games this year. So we hope to see you there. Coach, thanks for the time as always.
Thanks a lot, and go Zips.